Hello, and welcome back class. So today, i-discuss na natin ang last topic or the last chapter for this sem. Okay, so yung last topic under current asset management is the inventory management or managing the inventory. Okay, so in managing our inventory, we have the common techniques. Okay, so we have three common techniques in managing inventory. First, we have the ABC system. Next is the just-in-time system. And last is the economic order quantity or the EOQ model. Okay, so all of these are the techniques. Okay, so first we have the ABC system. Okay, so yung ABC system, it divides the inventory into three categories. Okay, so we have A, B, and C. Kaya nga ABC system eh. So group A includes the item with the largest peso investment. Okay, so ito yung mga pinakamahal and pinaka-importante sa business natin. While group B consists of items that are less expensive and less important than A. While C, ito naman yung mga pinakamura and the least important among the inventories. Okay, so depending on the groups or depending on the categories, either group A, group B, or group C, every group is accounted for separately. So, depende na yun sa business. Okay, so for example, category A is tracked down using the perpetual inventory system. Okay, so yung perpetual inventory system meaning is na-update palagi ang inventory, ang amount of inventory. Okay, so yung ano man ang worth ng inventory, every time na bumibili tayo, every time na nagbebenta tayo, the inventory records are updated. Okay, so tapos aside from accounting using the perpetual inventory system, the business might also include higher security compared to others, right? While group B is tracked down using the periodic inventory system and so on. Okay, so this is not absolute, it just depends on the business. Okay, so yung periodic inventory system naman, ito yung saka lang ina-update ang inventory records natin at the end of every period. Okay, kaya nga periodic. Kasi every period lang tayo na ina-update ang inventory. Unlike sa perpetual na continuous. Right? Kaya nga perpetual ito kasi uh, continuous or never-ending nating ina-update ang inventory system. So, yun ang ABC system. While the next one is the just-in-time or the JIT system. So, the just-in-time system is used to minimize inventory investment. So, ang nagpasikat nito yata is Kawasaki. Kawasaki yata ang isa sa gumagamit nito, just-in-time system. So, the just-in-time system, inventories or materials are ordered exactly the time that they are needed for production. Okay? So, dahil ino-order lang ang inventory kapag gagamitin na, ideally, there should be no storage cost, right? So, there should be low storage cost and there should be low security cost as well. Okay? So, goal yun yung goal ng just-in-time inventory. There should also be no or low spoilage, breakage, or shrinkage. Kasi nga, upon ordering, ginagamit natin agad-agad. So, there is no time for the materials to spoil, to break, or to shrink, right? And last, there should be no or low money tied to the inventory. Yung inventory meaning yung pagmamanage ng inventory. Okay, so yun yung just in time. Saka lang tayo mag-order kapag gagamitin na natin ang mga materials, right? So the JIT system requires at least 2 supplier close to the vicinity. Okay, so dapat close lang ang supplier natin kasi nga uh, we require inventories as soon as possible. Hindi, kailangan kasi on time na ma-receive natin ang inventories para magamit natin agad-agad. And there should also be an expert to strategically measure when to order inventories. Okay, so there should be someone who is an expert who can determine the order point. Okay, so let's say na, for example, uh, meron tayong meron tayong gagawin na work, let's say 5 days from now. 5 days from now. Tapos, typically orders arrive within 3 days, right? So, the expert should know that he should order 2 days from now para after 3 days is darating na yung materials tapos magagamit na agad-agad ng ng uh, ng business. Okay. If the materials arrive too soon, if the materials arrive too soon, uh, kailangan nating i-store ang mga materials, right? And that kapag i-store natin, there is cost associated with storing materials kasi that's what we call storage cost. Pero kapag late naman masyado dumating materials, edi hindi natin mai-start ang gawain or ang work, right? So there should be timing with the orders under just-in-time system. While economic order quantity or the EOQ model, uh, it is one of the most common techniques for determining the optimal order size for inventory items. So, EOQ model consists of various costs of inventory and then determines what order size minimizes total inventory cost. So, ang goal ng economic order quantity model is to minimize total inventory cost. So, under EOQ, we assume that the relevant cost of the inventory can be divided into either order cost or the carrying cost. So, order cost includes the fixed clerical cost of receiving or of placing and receiving orders. Okay, so kaya ang order cost. It is the cost that we incur kapag nag-order tayo ng mga materials. The cost of writing a purchase order, the cost of the resulting paperwork, and so on and so forth. Okay, so order costs are stated in pesos per order. So, ang order cost, it increases every time na nag-order tayo. Right? While carrying cost naman, this includes your storage cost, insurance ng inventories natin, and the cost of deterioration and obsolescence, and the opportunity or financial cost of having funds invested in inventory. Ang carrying cost naman, it is stated in pesos per unit, per period. Okay, so per period ang carrying cost. So, ang order cost, it increases every time the order cost increases kapag ang order or number of orders natin also increases, right? So, kapag malaki or kapag frequent tayong nag-order, the order cost increases. While carrying cost naman, carrying cost increases the longer we hold the inventory. Okay? So, the longer we hold the inventory, carrying cost increases kasi nga, it is computed per period. Okay, so, order cost decreases as the size of the order increases. Okay, yung size of order increases. If the size of the order increases kasi, it means that mas maliit yung times na pinag-order natin, right? If the times of ordering decreases, the order cost also decreases. Kaya nagdi-decrease ang order cost kapag lumalaki ang size of the order. While carrying cost naman increases with the increase in size of the order. Okay? Lalaki ang carrying cost if the order size increases kasi nga kapag the order size increases, there should we will be incurring carrying costs through through holding inventories longer. Okay? So kung mas lalaki ang order sizes natin, it means that it means na mas matagal nating i-hold ang inventory kasi nga habang lumalaki ang order size natin, hindi naman mas matagal nating mauubos ang inventory natin or mga materials natin. So kung mas matagal nating mauubos ang mga materials natin, edi mas matagal silang ma-store sa business natin. So kapag mas matagal na may store, edi carrying cost increases kasi nga mas matagal it also includes storage cost. So the EOQ model analyzes the trade-off between the order cost and carrying cost to determine the order quantity that minimizes the total inventory cost. So under EOQ, the goal is to minimize both the carrying cost and the order cost, right? So ang gusto natin malaman under EOQ is what is the ideal size of the order? What is the ideal size of the order in order for the order cost and the carrying cost to be minimized. So the total cost ng order na total cost in handling the inventory will be minimized. So order cost can be computed as cost per order times the total quantity needed divided by the order size. Okay? Tapos, carrying amount is computed using the carrying cost per unit multiplied by the order size divided by 2. Okay? So, yung order size divided by 2, ito lang yung average inventory natin or average inventory na nai-store natin. Kaya na-divide natin ito, divided by 2 ito. Tapos, we divide it by carrying cost per unit in order to determine the carrying cost or the carrying amount. Sa order cost naman, so the total quantity needed, this pertains to the whole year, okay? This pertains to the whole year. So magkano ang kailangan natin for one period divided by the order size. Okay, so ilan yung ino-order natin per order. So kapag dinivide natin ang total quantity needed divided by the order size, we get now the number of times na kailangan natin mag-order, right? So this determines kung ilang beses tayo nag-order per period. Tapos you multiply it by the cost per order to get the order cost. So ganun lang 'yon. So because the EOQ is defined as the order quantity that minimizes the total cost function, we must solve the total cost function for the EOQ. The resulting equation is, so EOQ is equal to the square root of 2 times n, or yung n, ito yung total quantity needed, which is here. Okay? So ito yung kailangan, total quantity needed in a certain period. So 2 times n multiplied by O. So yung O, this is the cost per order. Okay? Tapos, divided by C, which is the carrying cost per unit. Okay, so ito yon, carrying cost per unit. So although the EOQ model has weaknesses, it is certainly better than the subjective decision making. Despite the fact that the use of the EOQ model is outside the control of the financial manager, the financial manager must be aware of its utility and must provide certain inputs, specifically with respect to inventory carrying cost. Okay, so yung EOQ, ito lang yun. You should remember the formula for EOQ. Tapos you should also remember the formula for the order cost and the carrying cost or carrying amount. So the order point, once the firm has determined the economic order quantity, it must determine when to place an order. The order point reflects the firm's daily usage of the inventory item and the number of days needed to place and receive an order. Assuming that inventory is used at its constant rate, the formula for reorder point is maximum lead time. Okay, maximum lead time times the daily usage. Okay, yung daily usage in terms of the inventory. Ilan yung nagagamit natin per day na inventory. Okay? So, lead time is just the number of days until the ordered inventory is received. Okay, so magkano yung days before natin ma-receive ang inventory, that is the lead time. Safety stock is sometimes kept as an extra inventory. Kasi yung safety stock, ito lang yung nandito pala. Safety stock is maximum lead time divided less the normal lead time multiplied by the daily usage. So, kapag na-compute natin yung safety stock, it just it just it just provides a an inventory kung sakali mang hindi darating yung in-order natin in its normal time. Kaya na-deduct yung maximum lead time sa normal time. Okay, so let's take a look at the example para mas maintindihan natin. Max Company has a group inventory item that is vital to the production process. This item costs 1,500. And Max uses 1,200 units of the item per year. So ito na yung this is the quantity needed, right? Kasi this is for the whole year. So Max wants to determine its optimal order strategy for the item. So in order to compute for the EOQ, we need first the cost per order tapos carrying cost per unit. Okay. So kung yung cost per order is 150 and the carrying cost per unit is 100, then EOQ is computed as, so the square root of 2, that is a constant, yung 2 is constant, multiplied by 1,200, which is the quantity needed for a certain period or for the whole year. So 1,200 in this case, multiplied by the cost per order, which is 150. Tapos divide natin yung carrying cost per unit, which is 100. So, upon computing for the EOQ, makakompute natin is 60 units. 60 units. Okay, so 60 units. So, it means that every time na mag-order tayo, we need to order 60 units of inventory every time na nag-order tayo. So, upon computing for the EOQ, we need to compute for the total order cost and the total carrying cost. So, the total order cost, yung total quantity needed, which is 1,200, divided by the order size. So, yung order size is yung EOQ na. Kasi nga, yun na yung, this is the size of the order every time na nag-order tayo, right? So, 1,200 divided by 60 multiplied by 150. So, yung 150 now, that is the cost per order. So, the total cost, or the total order cost is 3,000. While the carrying cost is 60, or the order size, 60 divided by 2. So, dinivide natin by 2 kasi nga, gusto natin malaman yung average units na inahawakan natin. So, 60 divided by 2 multiplied by 100 equal to 3,000. Okay, so, it means that kapag nag-order tayo ng 60 units per order, ang total order cost natin for the year will be 3,000, while the total carrying cost natin for the year will be 3,000. So, the total cost now, of handling the inventory is 6,000 pesos. Okay? So, kung mas malaki compared to 60 units ang order size natin, kung mas malaki compared to 60 units, it means that the total order cost will increase, pero the total the total order cost will decrease while the total carrying cost will increase kapag mas malaki sa 60 units ang order size natin. Kapag naman mas maliit kaysa sa 60 units, the total order cost will increase pero yung total carrying cost naman it will decrease. Okay, so ganun yung ibig sabihin nan. So nakalagay dito the order point for Max depends on the number of days Max operates per year. Assuming that Max operates 250 per year and uses 1,200 units this item, its daily usage is 4.8 units computed as 1,200 divided by 250. So kung 250 days per year ang business days ni Max, it means that 4.8 units ang ginagamit niya per day. If the normal lead time is 2 days, meaning this 2 days ang normal days for the order to be received, the maximum lead time is 4 days. So 4 days is the maximum time from which our orders will be received. The order point will be 4.8 times 4. So ang gagamitin natin is the maximum lead time. Okay? So 4.8 na daily usage times 4 is 19.2 or 19 units ang order point natin. It means that every time na yung inventory natin is 19 units na lang, mag-order na tayo ng 60 units. Okay? So every time na makikita natin yung inventory natin is 19 units na lang, 60 units na lang, mag-order agad tayo. Ayun, sinabi na din. Okay, so yun. That is the inventory management. Okay, so for the sake of discussion, the safety stock is just 4 days less 2 days, which is 2 days, right? 2 days times 4.8 is 9.6. Okay, so 9.6 units or 10 units is hindi, or 10 units yung safety stock natin. Okay? So yun. So that will conclude our discussion. That will conclude our discussion for current asset management as well as our discussion for this SEM. Okay, so I will update you na lang kung kailan yung final exam nyo. I will be discussing it with the other financial management instructors. Okay, so thank you again, class, and goodbye.